way things are, and at the same time also aware of all the complexities, all of the myriads of things that appear to us. We notice them, see them as they appear, as well as they are, and that realization, and that then is realization. To be in that way is to arrive at a state of mind which is perfect, because there's no flaw. Everything that is of a negative and unwholesome character has disappeared. The negative emotions, pride, envy, craving, aggression, and so forth, they have disappeared. And also the subtle obscurations of the mind, the cognitive obscurations, they have disappeared as well. So in other words, everything that is unclean, so to speak, in terms of the mind, everything that is polluting the mind has disappeared. And when the mind is pure in that way, then it is also rich, tremendously rich, with qualities of wisdom, of love, and of power. To be in that way is an infinitely powerful way of being, infinitely compassionate, and infinitely wise. So in other words, realization is a flawless state, and it is also a state that is replete with all excellent qualities, inconceivably great and noble qualities.
Common sense religion philosophy common sense is common common sense later philosophy is sabbath. Religion says sometimes the share for the really natural how much sugar sometimes the share how much sugar I change it in some way. If you look at double something working on double share of course, but there's not much.
So what is Buddhism? Some they say Buddhism is a religion, some say it's a philosophy, some say it's a way of meditating, a training of the mind, and some say it's just being very matter-of-factly and objective. So we can say any of these things because there's some truth to all of them. Buddhism is also a religion because a lot of the things that religious people do, Buddhists will do as well. And the sense of skillful means in Buddhism, we can say that to a great extent it is the same with other religions, considering in this way Buddhism to be a religion, that one is encouraged to be generous, to be disciplined, to be patient, to be diligent, and so on. Those are virtues that are generally cherished in religions. And on the other hand, concentration, meditation, and insight, those most likely also other religions will consider virtues to be concentrated and develop insight and wisdom. But in Buddhism, this is like a crucial issue. This is something that is considered extremely important, meditation as well as insight, concentrated mind. And perhaps in terms of just stabilizing the mind and developing concentration, there's again a whole lot of similarity with other religions. But when it comes to insight, that's perhaps then where there is a marked difference. Also, the Buddhist teaching says that all sentient beings, meaning not just human beings, but anything that is sentient, is by nature pure and perfect. The fundamental condition of any living creature is flawless, and that flawless nature of any sentient being can become evident and obvious, but otherwise it remains unobvious and covered by temporary stains and temporary obscurations. Once those obscurations fall away, then the pure and perfect condition, the original condition, is evident just as it is. So it's like a jewel which remains as it is, a very valuable, precious jewel, but it can be lost in a pile of garbage, and then it will not be clear what we have before us. However, even when it's lost in the garbage pile, we can find it in the garbage, take it out and wash it, and then it's clear what we had there, a priceless jewel. And then in Buddhism there's also talk about liberation. And what is then liberation? Liberation from what? Liberation is from negative mind states and the experience of delusion. Whenever one is free from negative states of mind, and whenever there is no delusion in the mind, when the mind is no longer confused as to the nature of things, then there is liberation.
这个主要是一些它是个细的区域的信息里面，然后在你就了解那个，就像我之前国外那个商场，因为他说他是的恐慌到快到不行，你就不敢去，对吧
？Also, to be a human being is to be in a very special situation, because while all sentient beings are pure and perfect in terms of their basic nature, it is very hard to recognize that that is the case unless one is a human being. And so human life is considered very special.
오해를 예술나 대세탐지를 내다가 인도하게.
And also, indeed, all conditioned things, all that is produced by causes and conditions, is impermanent.
오해를 예술이 산지 수나가 마성나가 나랑 관계시에 시행돼.
This is just a fact, this impermanence of things. Whether the Buddha says that that is how it is, or whether he doesn't, it remains the case. It is something that we also know from our own experience. Whatever we get together, sooner or later it will run out. Whatever we build, whatever we construct, sooner or later it will fall. Whatever comes together, and whoever comes together, sooner or later there will be parting. Like this meeting here is going to disperse. And all beings, they take birth in basically four ways. Human beings, except under special circumstances, particular medical procedures. Human beings in general take birth through the womb. So the other ways of being born would be to be born from an egg, to be born through heat, or to be born instantaneously. And we human beings are then born. We come into the world being born into it, and then we remain for some time. In other words, we have a lifespan, and this means that there's a certain amount of years perhaps that we're going to live. And there's an average expectation as well as to the life of a human being. Compared to certain sentient beings, it's a long life that a human has. Compared to others, it's a short life. But no one is born and just lives on forever. Life is not some lasting state. As we grow older, then we age and we become more prone to be sick. And in the end, all of this then leads us to death. Death is a very unpleasant topic, but it's something that we all have to face. And when we have to face death, it's also an experience of having to separate from everything and everyone.
I know number 4 is not good. Number 4 is not good. So when I talk this, even I talk back, people don't want to. So never die. we wish to never die. But sorry to say, everybody will need peace. So what to do that time? Detachment is very important. Whatever believer we are, never mind. All believer is good. Each, whatever you believe, for you good that. So, religion is very deep. Whatever believe, that will be your helper, that will help you. The point is, sooner or later, we need to stay. In Buddha Dharma, what Buddhas teach is how to live life. When we are alive, how to do. If we're sick, how to do. If we're sad, how to do. If we're angry, how to do. If we're depressed, how to do. If we become very success, how to do. If we are very down, how to do. If we become old age, how to do. If we're sick, how to do. Finally, if death is come, how to do. Death comes. Very important, detachment. No fear. Relax. This is the fact. This is the journey. That is very important. If anybody knows meditation, if anybody knows meditation, that is the number one helpful thing. Also, how to live. How to live is very important. We need to live healthy and happy. Healthy, happy, both based on no mental stress. If you have so much stress, it will not become happy. If not happy, not happy. So what brings no stress? We need to be moment, mentally quite awake, alert, sharp. Don't think evil.
Really alert. We need to live our lives like that, really awake from one moment to the next, keenly awake, very receptive, full of love. So we need to live like that. We need to be so clear and awake all the time, and naturally full of love and affection, and just so joyful, so happy.
And when things go down, we need to bring them to up. If things go up, we need to bring down. This goes this problem. If things go down, become worried, sad. It's not. I'm capable. I want to become. I will become more success. And you have to encourage. You can. Because I have a little physically, mentally, even your intelligence should. Very important.
Strength and self-confidence is very important. Like really giving yourself confidence. But on the other hand, if things work out well for us, like we become wealthy and powerful in the world, if we then become arrogant, that's a huge problem.
That can be where this is, never know how long it is. My name, my time. Now this is my good opportunity. I like to help and serve. I'm human. I'm hard. I know. Some has even no daily expenses. Some even they die such shortage of medicine. Shortage of money for medicine. Shortage. So when I in Nepal, I see this kind of things. It hurts my mind so much. Some have more than they need, much more than they need. And some have they really dying like only 3,000-4,000, no, 300-400 US dollar shortage, 300-400 US dollar shortage at times. Dying. Not much people will learn, not much people will have. So that is I also encourage we call champagne, if any of you like to have. That is very helpful. We are human. We need to have some are very short. And or some are, this is not only in Nepal, in America, Europe, everywhere. There's one people facing something. There's something homeless. So I'm saying whoever has, success. The success is very important. Then they share. Of course, you cannot share 50%, 5%. 5% is you have more. So please keep these things. And I think we are coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have the Q&A session, but due to time constraint, we will limit to only 2 questions.
I have 2 questions.
This is Malaysia.
Just now you mentioned about Dharma. From what I read, Dharma has got 2 sides. The one part is Dharma spelled with a capital D, which is the teachings of the Buddha. Can you give me your opinion? What is the Dharma spelled with a small d?
Dharma has not only 2 meanings, 10 meanings. So that is in Buddha Dharma, if we say Buddha Dharma is religion, no right. If we say Buddha Dharma is common sense, no right. If we say Buddha Dharma is a philosophy, even not right. If we say Buddha Dharma is a fact, still not. The Dharma is so wide, so much big. But if we put it very simply, longitude opportunities, long dimension,
If we talk about the Dharma with capital D, then that has 2 aspects. The scripture, which is contained in 3 receptacles of the teachings, the Tripitaka, or it is realization, the training in discipline, concentration, and insight, which is the content of the Tripitaka. So it's scripture and realization. That is the capital.
So what is the small d in Dharma? Small d.
现在是关键老师，学他们这个老师电视线过来，你看老师，三级区时间的，这个他们土方学家的就弄不着，干嘛呢？上就是好的，老师学他们这是如果他们这是个学他们这写过了，写过这个跟学家确实啊。
So in that case, Dharma can also be understood as a reference to anything that can be known. So anything that is at all conceivable or recognizable is a Dharma. And there are many things, right, that we can know and that we can come to be aware of. And when then Buddhism is concerned with knowledge of everything, that's nothing that is not interesting, so to speak. So all of samsara, all of nirvana, and the past is the topic for under investigation.
Example. Example. Smell. Is smell his fault? I ask you this question to you. Smell.
Yes.
Is smell as form? No form. No form? No form? So what is smelling? What is smelling? That is form. Smell has forms. Smell is smell. Smell is taste. Sound has form. Sound is smell. Sound has taste. So Dharma is very broad. If you like to know Dharma, at least come to monastery study at least 9 years. Thank you very much.
Okay, my next question is,
Now become three.
Buddhism is said to be philosophy, way of life, and so many things. But I have read that Buddhism is not a religion in the true sense. Why? Because Buddhism, when you talk about religion, is actually a belief. And in Buddhism, there is only one belief, and that is Nibbana. It's something like heaven. Is it true? Can you please comment?
But Buddhism is not believer, but one belief is never enough. So that is become believer. Contradiction. What you say is contradiction. Contradiction. You say, I know Buddhism is not religion, Buddhism is based on not belief, but Buddhist believe one thing is nirvana, which is what? Heaven. Then you believe heaven. Yes and no. Yes and no. If you want to know everything, say a lot. Short, very short, not enough to answer. This is big subject. Good question.
Last question. It's related to the first question about the Dharma, capital D and small d. Actually, when I read, sometimes I notice the difference in spelling. One is one is D-H-A-M-M-A, the other one is D-H-A-R-N-A. Is there any difference, or is it just a spelling thing?
Different language. One is Pali, one is Sanskrit. In Sanskrit we call Dharma. In Pali, Dhamma. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. So Dharma, Dhamma. Just pronunciation. China has different language. China has different language. Similar. Anyway, thank you. I'm sorry.